I've had some really memorable studio moments. I think one of my favorite was working with Dan from Bastille. We were in London. I have a lot of fond memories of London. I love the UK. One of my favorite memories in the studio was working on the Bastille versus Lizzo versus Grades track. And Dan is just so, first of all, fine. Yes. Second off, extremely open and willing to hear what I have to do and appreciated me as an artist. And third, was so creative and had the most beautiful voice and the most amazing ideas. And we sat in that studio and we vibed for like 2 hours until we created Lizzo versus Bastille versus Grades. They let me do everything I wanted to do. And then he would be like, what about this harmony? Ha, ha, ha. And I'd be like, yeah, dude, I'll try. And I don't know, I thought it turned out really beautifully in the end. It's very rare to be in the studio with somebody and have that really, really raw connection where you guys can like sing in perfect harmony. And Dan is great at that. So I really enjoyed working in the studio with him. Here's a favorite studio moment for me. It was when I was creating Bother Me, which is on my record, Big Girl, Small World. I was at April Base, and I remember I had just gone on a whim that day. I wasn't going to work. I was going to get my head right and get into the trees. And I remember Justin was working on his music, and Justin Vernon was working on his music. I was just there kind of sitting and lollygaggling outside, and I started drinking. I was like, I want some orange juice. Put some vodka in this orange juice. Started drinking screwdrivers all day until I got like real loose enough to walk in the studio while Justin was working and be like, how you do that auto-tune stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never asked him that before because I'm like, duh, you know, it's vocoder, leave him alone, let him be, let him live. But that day I was just felt like saying it. I was like, how you do that auto-tune stuff? And he was like, oh, it's simple. Because he had been drinking too. He was like, it's simple. You want to do it? Here, sing right now, sing. And I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. He's like, I'll teach you how. So him and I start like vibing. He's playing vocoder while I'm singing. We're both like drunk, just like sweating. I get like one little melody out, but then I just start going into the songs. Like, I've been drinking on vodka, orange juice. And I just keep going. And he's like, oh my God, record this. He starts recording it. You can hear him like stomping his foot because there's no meter, no metronome. And he's just playing along with vocoder, like finding all of the melodies and like all of the chords that he thinks I'm gonna do. It was like he was reading my mind. And at the end of it, we had Bother Me. The second half of Bother Me is AKA I've Been Sipping. It's all freestyle, no cuts to it. And it came straight from this literal place of being day drunk and daydreaming about a boy who probably was not daydreaming about me. It was so good that we wanted to just put it out on Twitter like that night, but something told both of us to wait. I was like, we'll wait. Justin was like, we'll wait. And then eventually it found a home on my record. And I'm so proud of it because it was the most easy thing that had come out of me creatively on this record. And it was also a great moment in the studio with someone who I truly respect.
My whole life, basically, I was involved with a church that said you couldn't wear pants, you couldn't wear jewelry, you couldn't listen to music, you couldn't communicate with people that were not in the church.
And I'm blessed to have people like Block who got my back, especially Ross in the studio. I must say, is very inspirational. He don't even have to go as hard as he does, and he does it.
I wrote my verse and comment like, dang, you just killed me on my album. He was like, I can't go out like that. Then we ended up doing a song for me, and he killed me on that song, so we even right now.
Well, I don't know where we went. I think we went like to the venue with all our bags where he was performing and was like on stage like, we could be going to jail later, but hey, I'm wearing it all.